All right, this is an X-Men True Origins video. I think we are on chapter 17 of it, I believe. And we're finna see what's going down right here. This coincides with Jasher chapter 54, and something's about to go down. And when Judah saw the dealings of Joseph with them, Judah approached him and broke open the door, and came with his brethren before Joseph. And Judah said unto Joseph, Let it not seem grievous in the sight of my Lord. May thy servant, I pray thee, speak a word before thee. And Joseph said unto him, Speak. And Judah spoke before Joseph, and his brethren were there standing before them. And Judah said unto Joseph, Surely, when we first came to our Lord to buy food, thou didst consider us as spies of the land, and we brought Benjamin before thee, and thou still makest sport of us this day. Now therefore let the king hear my words, and send, I pray thee, our brother, that he may go along with us to our father, lest thy soul perish this day with all the souls of the inhabitants of Egypt. Genesis 44, verse 34. Dost thou not know what two of my brethren, Simeon and Levi, did unto the city of Shechem, and unto 7 cities of the Amorites, on account of our sister Dinah? And also, what would they do for the sake of thy brother Benjamin? They're going to destroy your ass too. You can't stand against us. We've been nice to your ass. And I with my strength, who am greater and mightier than both of them, come this day upon thee and thy land, if thou art unwilling to send our brother. Hast thou not heard what our power, who made us choice over us, did unto Pharaoh on account of Sarah, our mother, whom he took away from our father, that he smote him and his household with heavy plagues, that even unto this day the Egyptians relate this wonder to each other? So will our power do unto thee on account of Benjamin, whom thou hast this day taken from his father, and on account of the evils which thou this day hast heaped over us in thy land. For our power will remember his covenant with our father Abraham, and bring evil upon thee, because thou hast grieved the soul of our father this day. Now therefore, hear my words that I have this day spoken unto thee, and send our brother that he may go away, lest thou and the people of thy land die by the sword. For you cannot prevail over me. And Joseph answered Judah, saying, Why hast thou opened wide thy mouth, and why dost thou boast over us, saying, Strength is with thee? As Pharaoh liveth, if I command all my valiant men to fight with you, surely thou and these thy brethren will sink in the mire. And Judah said unto Joseph, Surely it becometh thee and thy people to fear me. As Yah liveth, if I once draw my sword, I shall not sheathe it again until I shall this day have slain all Egypt. And I will commence with thee and finish with Pharaoh thy master. And Joseph answered and said to him, Surely strength belongeth not alone to thee. I am stronger and mightier than thou. Surely if thou drawest thy sword, I will put it in thy neck, and the necks of all thy brethren. And Judah said unto him, Surely if I this day open my mouth against thee, I will swallow thee up, and that thou be destroyed from off the earth, and perish this day from thy kingdom. And Joseph said, Surely if thou openest thy mouth, I have power and might to close thy mouth with a stone, until thou shalt not be able to utter a word. See how many stones are before us? Truly I can take a stone and force it into thy mouth and break thy jaws. And Judah said, The Almighty is witness between us, that we have not hitherto desired to battle with thee. Only give us our brother, and we will go from thee. And Joseph answered and said, As Pharaoh liveth, if all the kings of Canaan came together with you, you should not take him from my hand. Oh, trouble. Now therefore go your way to your father, and your brother shall be unto me for a slave, for he has robbed the king's house. And Judah said, What is it to thee, or to the character of the king, Surely the king sendeth forth from his house throughout the land silver and gold, either in gifts or expenses. And thou still talkest about thy cup, which thou didst place in our brother's bag, and sayest that he has stolen it from thee. So Judah knows that it was a setup. Now therefore seize this accusation, lest the whole earth hear thy words, saying, for a little silver the king of Egypt wrangled with the man, and he accused them and took their brother for a slave. And Joseph answered and said, take unto you this cup, and go from me, and leave your brother for a slave, for it is the judgment of a thief to be a slave. And Judah said, why art thou not ashamed of thy words, to leave our brother and take thy cup? Surely if thou givest us thy cup, or 1,000 times as much, we will not leave our brother for the silver which is found in the hand of any man, that we will not die over him. And Joseph answered, and why did you forsake your brother and sell him for 20 pieces of silver unto this day? And why then will you not do the same to your brother? And Judah said, Yah is witness between me and thee, that we desire not thy battles. Now therefore give us our brother, and we will go from thee without quarreling. And Joseph answered and said, if all the kings of the land should assemble, they will not be able to take your brother from my hand. And Judah said, what shall we say unto our father, when he seeth that our brother cometh not with us, and will grieve over him? And Joseph answered and said, this is a thing which you shall tell unto your father, saying, the rope has gone after the bucket. Oh boy. And Judah said, surely thou art a king, and why speakest thou these things, giving a false judgment? Woe unto the king who was like unto thee. And Joseph answered and said, there is no false judgment in the word that I spoke on account of your brother Joseph. For all you sold him to the Midianites for 20 pieces of silver, and you all denied it to your father, and said unto him, an evil beast has devoured him. Joseph has been torn to pieces. And Judah said, behold, the fire of Shem burneth in my heart. Now I will burn all your land with fire. And Joseph answered and said, surely thy sister-in-law Tamar, who killed your sons, extinguished the fire of Shechem. And Judah said, if I pluck out a single hair from my flesh, I will fill all Egypt with its blood. And Joseph answered and said, such is your custom to do as you did to your brother, whom you sold, and you dipped his coat in blood and brought it to your father, in order that he might say, an evil beast devoured him, and here is the blood. And when Judah heard this thing, he was exceedingly wroth, and his anger burned within him, and there was before him that place of stone, the weight of which was about 400 shekels. And Judah's anger was kindled, and he took the stone in one hand, cast it to the heavens, caught it with his left hand, and he placed it afterward under his legs, and he sat upon it with all his strength, and the stone was turned into dust from the force of Judah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Man. And Joseph saw the act of Judah and was very much afraid. But he commanded Manasseh his son, and he also did with another stone like unto the act of Judah. And Judah said unto his brethren, let not any of you say this man is an Egyptian, but by doing this thing he is of our father's family. So Judah know what's up. He don't know Egyptian can do this stuff. And Joseph said, not to you only is strength given, for we are also powerful men, and why will you boast over us all? And Judah said unto Joseph, sin, I pray thee, our brother, and ruin not thy country this day. And Joseph answered and said unto them, go and tell your father, an evil beast have devoured him, as you said concerning your brother Joseph. They going at it, ain't they? And Judah spoke to his brother Naphtali, and he said unto him, make haste, go now and number all the streets of Egypt, and come and tell me. And Simeon said unto him, let not this thing be a trouble to thee. Now I will go to the mount and take up one large stone from the mount and level it at every one in Egypt and kill all that are in it. Man. Wow. Let's read that again. Let not this thing be a trouble to thee. Now I will go to the mount and take up one large stone from the mount and level it at every one in Egypt and kill all that are in it. One day, that power that the Most High is going to use you, Jacob, to rid the wickedness of the world. You're going to have this power. You're going to have that power one day. And Joseph heard all these words that his brethren spoke before him. And they did not know that Joseph understood them, for they imagined that he knew not to speak Hebrew. And Joseph was greatly afraid at the words of his brethren, lest they should destroy Egypt. And he commanded his son Manasseh, saying, Go now, make haste, and gather unto me all the inhabitants of Egypt, and all the valiant men together, and let them come to me now upon horseback, and on foot, and with all sorts of musical instruments. And Manasseh went and did so. We're going to stop right there, because it's about to go down, ladies and gentlemen. This is X-Men True Origins. You see these powers, you see the cartoons, you know, Dragon Ball Z, X-Men, you see all the cartoons, man. This is the powers that one day you can possess to rid He's going to use you to rid the world of wickedness and those IFOs. All right, shalom.